I think it's interesting that Facebook, so Facebook's like 2,500 people, right? I mean, and I think mostly probably developers / product people. Google took the strategy of sort of doing, I think, a lot of things you're doing, kind of their enterprise sales groups or whatever. They built that team internally.
Yep.
Facebook seems to have taken a different strategy, which is to let people like you do that. Is that a fair
Yeah, no, it's what they did.
And does that, I guess, first of all, does that worry you that they might at some point say, hey, we want to do this ourselves, or do you think it's just sort of fundamental to the nature of the company?
So, well, first of all, we're beyond Facebook, so we're Facebook Plus,
Yeah.
and so Facebook.
But clearly,
Plus.
Facebook is the dominant.
But Facebook's
social
the dominant one. But I think that Twitter and YouTube and LinkedIn and all these other platforms that now have scale are not only opening up, but are very interesting to a lot of brands. So we're spending our time thinking about not only Facebook, but the web and all these other platforms, because we're live on the web as well with kind of the spin back functionality. Now, when we look at Facebook, the best thing that they've ever done is be very clear of what they want to own and what they don't want to own. And in my conversations with the company, it's very clear that they're focused on like their core platform, the social graph, some extensions that they've already announced around the ad product and sponsored stories and credits and and local and how they play in kind of the location space and the apps that they own are phenomenal apps. Not that they're the best at what they are. The photo app you can't say is the best photo app on the web, but the fact that it's connected to the social graph makes it the best on the web. Like the fact you can tag everyone who you want to tag. And so for them, it's not a build by partner scenario in our space. It's a very clear message to us and the ecosystem that we don't want to be an enterprise software company. We do not want to allocate our very valuable resources, which are our brilliant product people and engineers, to build, in essence, business software. We're a consumer platform. Yeah. And so do I worry about Facebook coming into the space? Not at all. I mean, we work very closely with them every day. Our salespeople are working together. Our support people are working together. We're in it together. We don't sell ads. So Facebook is in the business of delivering audiences and selling ads. We really take care of, how do you set up a presence on Facebook and manage a community on Facebook? And it's stuff that, frankly, I can't see them ever getting into, because even if just money's not big enough. They need billions of dollars.
Well, also, I think they appreciate the fact that in order to create a healthy ecosystem on your platform, you need to offer some predictability for developers, right? Like I think Apple, Apple, we know they'll take 30%, but they're probably not going to create Angry Birds, right? I mean, they're going to let, right? And similarly, Facebook is not going to, I assume, go and create Zynga or do what you're doing. And I think they've been very predictable. Maybe some would argue, in contrast to some of the other large social networks, which maybe have been less predictable in what they decided to get into.
Like the clarity of vision that Facebook had very early on, and I think truly it's brilliant or lucky, and I think brilliant if you look at kind of how these have been strung together, is basically knowing who they were very early on. And most businesses don't know that. We didn't know we were a SaaS business until we knew we were a SaaS business. We didn't know until basically other people told us and started to bucket us. Oh, you're a SaaS play for this. And so Facebook knew it was all about the social graph. And the great thing about what they opened up is they not only opened up, they had this kind of radical opening up of their core essence, the social graph, like delivering a social graph to Zynga so they could build games that were more fun because they were social. And so Facebook, said this social graph has a lot of different uses. Okay, Facebook.com is one iteration of the social graph. Mobile, is another, and they've developed a mobile experience, not a mobile app, but a mobile experience. I think they've realized that they can't be the best of everything. They can't be the best game developer and the best kind of business enterprise software. And so there's no real history of them building apps on the platform other than the ones that are key to identity, which is really the photos and the videos and the chat and the the communication apps.